Hey guys, welcome back for a random little vlog, I guess you want to call it, or whatever. Basically, I'm just bored. I'm in a bad mood. Usually, if I guess I'm in a bad mood, I shouldn't be talking on YouTube, but I'm bored. I've been seeing a lot of movies lately. I don't really feel like doing full reviews for them, so I'll do like little short ones here in this video, and I don't know, just a little this and a little that, saying what I'm up to. I do have some friends who watch this, and my IGN buddies, and so whatever. They'll get something out of it. If you stumble upon this, whatever, maybe you'll enjoy what I have to say, which isn't much. So, um, but yeah, some movies I've seen lately that I could do a full review on them, but you know the only way I'm gonna do a review on every goddamn thing I see is if I'm getting paid for it, and I'm not. So I saw what's his name's the Ghost Rider. What the fuck, Roman Polanski. Um, it was like an okay, like mystery thriller. Oh, I guess okay is selling it a little short. It was skillfully made but slow. That's my main criticism. It's slow and but really well done in a way. Um, and the final shot is like borderline brilliant. If you've seen the movie, maybe we could discuss it further, or maybe you know what I'm talking about. But it has a really cool final shot. I saw The Getaway, or I'm sorry, A Perfect Getaway, and I did a full review of that on my blog, like a written review. The written review was probably one of my not so good written reviews. Like, let me put it this way: if I was like applying to like a writing job, I wouldn't include that review. But I think I made some good points. And if you've seen A Perfect Getaway, this is what I'll say: it was like mildly entertaining, like popcorn entertainment, and that was mostly because of the actors like Steve Zahn and Timothy Olyphant, especially. But it really suffered from a really slow build. Like, it's just kind of slow, and it had one of the worst twists I've ever seen in the movie. It's the kind of twist that jerks you around in a bad way that you couldn't see coming, and also it makes the movie worse because it's a stupid twist. It's not believable in any way. Um, it just once you know the twist, like the movie reveals itself as just kind of a sham. But what can I say? If I'm being honest, I had an okay time. The other movie I've seen is Greenberg, which is like an indie drama, kind of like a character study of this this asshole played by Ben Stiller. He's like he's a jerk, but it's mostly because he's neurotic and socially awkward. And so, since he knows people view him in a certain way, he has a habit of making it worse by, being himself. I guess he's just he comes off as a total asshole, but the whole movie is like trying to convince you that he's a person that's worth caring about. And I sort of did by the end, but it doesn't build up to enough at the end. Like, I don't think enough is revealed. Like, okay, yeah, he's a human being. Okay, I knew that from the beginning. Like, honestly, like his co-star Greta Gerwig, who plays like this very passive, kind of sexy love interest. She's more interesting and a lot more likable than him. But it's like one of these odd, offbeat, independent dramas that it got really good reviews from the critics, and it even has a pretty high rating on Netflix and stuff. But it's not bad in any way. But it didn't do much for me. I think I gave it a 3 out of 5 on Netflix. It's a good movie, but I wouldn't go as far as call it solid. Or I wouldn't. This is one of those movies that like I'll watch and never tell anyone about, and I wouldn't ever recommend it to any of my friends. If I made one of my friends watch this and they got to the ending, they would be like, "What the fuck is this, man? This isn't a Ben Stiller movie." And I'm not saying it has to be a Ben Stiller movie. I've seen Ben Stiller do stuff besides comedy before, and he was very good, and he's good here. It's just not the type of movie that you would recommend to a friend usually, unless your friend is a total film geek who will watch anything like me. Um, can't strongly recommend Greenberg, even though it's not poorly made. Um, I am waiting for Sons of Anarchy 2 to come out on DVD. I cannot wait for that because I'm just going to tear right through that. It's going to be amazing. I got Green Zone with Matt Damon here. Maybe I'll do a review on that coming up. I got Dexter season 4, which I'm watching. And let me see how much time I have here. I'll say my piece on Dexter real quick, which is it's a show I watch, but it's not a show that I really love. It's not a show that I give much respect to. I think the best thing about it is God, what's his name? The main actor. The fuck is his name? The guy who he actually has cancer now, but the main actor from Dexter, Michael C. Hall. Really, without Michael C. Hall, I don't think I'd watch this show. It suffers from a really big problem, and that's it. It's supposed to be about a sociopathic serial killer, but the thing is, the show wants you to love him so much that they don't respect what a serial killer really is. There is the dark half of it, and it's like it's yeah, kind of fun and entertaining to watch, but it's just not consistent. His character is not consistent. He in the beginning of the series he meets this girl and he starts dating this girl who has kids as a cover to appear normal. But then he develops feelings for her and he cares for her and her kids in a way that's not a serial killer could appear that way, but it's for real. Like he really cares about them and he protects them, and it doesn't make sense because he has this whole dark side where he has a bloodlust that he has to feed, and it doesn't match. Like you can't have. I know serial killers can compartmentalize, but like you can't have two genuine parts of your personality. You can't be genuinely loving, but also genuinely like evil and enjoy killing people. It just doesn't work. And beyond that, the acting is corny in the show. Like besides Michael C. Hall, most of the actors I can't stand. This show is not really put together that well. It's really just corny, but people love it. My dad fucking loves it. Everyone I know that watches it loves it, but I've never been a huge fan of Dexter. I just watch it. I mean, I really enjoyed season 3 because of Jimmy Smits. Like he surprised me in that. I never really thought of much of him as an actor until then, and I enjoyed him in it. And the first couple of episodes of season 4, they're fun. It's off to a good start, and I'm interested to see how they develop John Lithgow. But I don't want to go on too long about this because there might have been a few other things that I wanted to talk about. Um, on Instant Play, what have I been watching? I got my old Netflix, and what was I watching? Oh, you know what I have been watching? I don't even have to pull this up. Yeah, that's what I've been watching. Is they have a bunch of volumes, like just collections of Beavis and Butthead episodes. I don't know if it goes by season or what. It just says volume 1, 2, and 3, and it's just a bunch of episodes. And revisiting that show has been it's been a cool trip. I like watched Beavis and Butthead when I was like 13 and 14, and I thought it was like the coolest thing ever, and they're the coolest characters. You go back and watch it as an adult, you see what Mike Judge was doing with the show and how he was making fun of them, and how smart and funny Beavis and Butthead was. So it's just kind of cool to get something from your childhood that you enjoyed one way, and then to go back to it now and still enjoy it in a different way. That doesn't happen often. Usually, you're enjoying shit from your childhood based on nostalgia. And with Beavis and Butthead, it's different. It's like you get that rush of nostalgia when you start watching an episode, but you're catching things. You're taking the jokes in a completely different through a completely different filter. You're not the same person you were when you were 13. So yeah, Beavis and Butthead has been really cool. I've been enjoying that. Um, God, I mean, what else have I covered everything? Probably. I mean, I only have a couple more seconds here, anyways. But I don't know if you actually watch this. Thanks for watching. what about as far as video games go? Video games are taking off soon. Lots of games coming out. I'm running out of time, but I'll say really quick. I did start up doing a podcast with some IGN friends again, and it's being hosted by Vagary TV by my buddy Ryan Kenward at Vagary TV, who you might have seen me wear his shirt a few times on here. Um, Not his shirt, as in he wore it. It's like a shirt for Vagary TV, and and my buddy Chris Scott from the IGN blogs. Everyone knows him as Carry-A-9. If I'm saying that right, who knows? I don't watch hockey, but he has a podcast that he does called The Perfectly Sane Show, and he rebooted it with a new cast of IGNers, and I'm one of them for now. We'll see how it goes. But I listened to the first episode. I thought we did a pretty decent job. We're just talking about our favorite games and movies of the year. I get a little drunk and animated at the end, but it was a good time. I hope we keep doing them. I'll put a little link here on the bottom so you could check out that podcast. If you're into like video games and shit, check it out. Otherwise, keep tuning in on this video if you do tune in at all. And if you do, thanks once again. I enjoy some sort of audience listening to my ramblings. So I'll see you next time with another review.